next one's called string cleaning, right in time for some spring cleaning. Your boss decided to save money by purchasing some cut-rate optical character recognition software for scanning in the text of old novels to your database. At first, it seems to capture words okay, but you quickly notice that it throws in a lot of numbers at random places in the text. For example, doesn't really happen with this exclamation mark input, but you've got a bunch of numbers here, and this looks great, it has a 5 and a 8 mixed in. Your harried co-workers are looking to you for a solution to take this garbled text and remove all of the numbers. Your program will take in a string and clean out all numeric characters and return a string with spacing and special characters all intact. So, go ahead and come on over, give this one a go on your own first, then come back. If you need a hint, use our old friend regular expressions. That's what I'm going to do for my solution, and it's good that we had another challenge come up. We haven't used that in a while, so this might help us keep it fresh in our heads. If you recall, the library for that was system text regular expressions. And now I can use that regex class, which is short for regular expressions. So I can say return regex, and remember it has a method called replace. We'll head over the regex class here. You can verify the namespace if you'd like. Make sure I got that right. And there's this replace method, and it has a lot of overloads. We are going to use one with 3 strings. It takes, well, I'll click on it, it'll show you. It takes an input, which is the argument that they're giving us in the method, a pattern that we'll specify, we're saying look for numbers, and then what we want to replace those with. If you want to remove something, you replace it with the empty string, which is what we'll do. They probably have some examples. Yeah, so you can see just like this. Feel free to review that if you like. You also may need to review the special characters for regular expressions for matching numbers. Feel free to do that as well if you don't remember. So we said the first parameter is the input, and that's the string S that they gave us. This is what we're scanning. Now we give it a pattern. And if you recall, there's one \D, which captures digits. And that'll be perfect here. And then finally, what we want to replace with, just an empty string, which means take any number and effectively remove it, delete it. And so we only touch the numbers, we leave everything else the way it is. There's one little thing wrong here, and I'll do the test, or you can try to pause and guess what will go wrong. And we have an unrecognized escape sequence. And do you remember that these backslashes are often used for what we call escape sequences? You can make tabs appear. Remember, we've used \T. You could make a new line happen in your string output by doing \N. Well, the problem is when we write out our \D this way, it's trying to check and think, oh, I have to escape something. What's this escape D that I have to do? And so we don't actually want that to happen here. We want to pass this string as it is to the regex replace method, and then the regex can use it. So to sort of shut off that escaping behavior, we can put the @ symbol in front, and that'll say, hey, don't try to escape anything in this string. Just keep the text the way it is. And so this should be okay. There you go. There's our green. Removed all of the numbers. We replaced them with an empty string, which is nothing. Well, I mean, it's empty string as opposed to null. So yeah, this was a good way to get back to regular expressions. Very handy, short, readable one-liner there. I imagine we'll see a lot of these in the solutions when we submit. So you can see all the tests that they ran to. Definitely some ugly strings they were using. So I'll go ahead and send this one off. Rejects, replace, yeah, exactly what we did. Rejects, replace, that was very popular. So it looked like here they're capturing, if you go look up the ASCII table, you can find the values, the numbers that are used to represent the characters. And so the numbers must fall between 48 and 57. That seems about right, because I think I remember the alphabet starting around the 60s or so. So yeah, that must be what that is. Don't like that solution as much as ours, but if you were wondering what was going on there, that must be it. Join where char is not digit. Yeah, extra work, but obviously all these work because they show up here. And yeah, that's another way to do a number, right? You have the square brackets, you can specify 0-9, which means all the values from 0 to 9. You can do that with letters to A-Z to cover A to Z. So that's fine. I like the D better. And then notice this is also informational. We use the @ symbol to sort of turn off escaping, but they just put an extra backslash in to sort of get the same effect. That's cool. Here they're doing their own loop and comparing against a collection here. Yeah, I don't like that one as much, but good practice if you need it. So yeah, that's enough to say about that. Hit me up if needed. Otherwise, we'll keep moving. Thanks.